first David Lopez delivery of this second period. He's pretty good for Simple Company to try and get on the end of it. It's loose. It's away in the nick of time by Wilbraham. Zaha pulled back up by Brighton. He's got away though. He's got Williams, who's onside. Williams for Palace! It's wide! Palace's best chance of the tie, and Johnny Williams rolls it wide.
Well, Wilfried Zaha does exceptionally well here. Stays strong, could have easily gone down, but he picks the pass to Williams, who has to hit the target. That is the remit there, make the goalkeeper work, and that's the crime that John Williams has just committed. Ian Holloway, first reaction is to hold his head, but secondly, he wants to encourage Williams. He doesn't want him dwelling on that.
And there is Alan Mallory, the former manager of both these clubs, playing his part in the tapestry that comes together to define this rivalry. And Yannick Bolasie, who many thought would start here tonight, the tricky winger who's had a super season, best season of his career, comes on and replaces Johnny Williams. 64 minutes played on the south coast on Monday evening in increasingly torrential rain, still no goal. Never in the history of the playoffs at this level have there been two goalless draws. Both home and away legs. It's a little touch on, it's a chance! It's off the crossbar from Ashley Barnes, and Delaney can put it behind. What an introduction that so very nearly was.
Well, it's route one, it's just not typically Brighton, is it? Flicked on, Ashley Barnes is the first to anticipate where it may go. Speroni flies out, Barnes knows he's coming, he's just trying to help it over the goalkeeper. Oh, well, it's a wonderful save. It is an absolutely wonderful save from Julian Speroni. Gets a fantastic touch on that ball.
And in comes the resounding corner towards Barnes, off the line by Moxie. Here we go, this one is coming to the boil now. Crystal Palace can counter. Hammond tracking back. Right man, right place, right time.
Set piece, corner again, direct. Hammond, acres of space, but Moxie, that's why he's there. This is the one. Ashley Barnes, first touch. Wow, that is an incredible reaction save from Julian Speroni. And if Crystal Palace progress to Wembley, that will be the moment that they will look back on. I am certain of that.
Zaha managed to slither out of trouble. Here he is again, to his captain Yedinak. Now Moxie. Too high for Wilbraham and put behind by Ups, and that was one you really felt could have gone anywhere.
Well, as this ball is coming in, Matthew Upson knows he has to head it, and his heart must be in his mouth for a second, because if you get the contact wrong there, it flies into your own net. Quality was on the delivery from Dean Moxie.
You can't be sure on a night like this in the wind and rain, but he did what he intended to do. Moritz, who's taken over set-piece duties in the absence of Garvin, gets really good action on it. It's there at the far post, it's out by Ulloa.
Dean Hammond, and there's wrestling all over the place, but look at that shirt pull on Yedinak as he's about to strike that ball. I mean, that's a Stonewall penalty that the officials missed. Dean Hammond, wrong side, pulls him to the ground. I mean, that's a clear penalty. Palace cannot believe it. Look at Mark Clattenburg's position. A couple of bodies for him, and I don't think he can probably see that.
3/4 of this match gone. No way forward for Zaha, but there certainly is here for Buckley. He's on his own, they need to get players forward to help him.
Crowded out, brilliant retrieving in the away team.
Moritz, Zaha losing out to Hammond. Now Yedinak. Bolassie's gone across to the left to have a go at Calderon. Here he is. Now the delivery to Wilbraham, it's in! Wilfried Zaha might just have had the biggest save of his Crystal Palace career in the biggest match, on the biggest stage.
Well, there's a small section behind that goal going absolutely bananas, but the rest of the stadium have been stunned. And the quality of the delivery again. Twice in the matter of 2 or 3 minutes, there's been real quality whipped in from that left-hand side. This time, it's Balassi. And look at that. Wayne Bridge gets caught sleeping. Look, Wayne Bridge's immediate reaction when Zaha heads that in is to put his hands on his head. He knows that he has to deal with that. But the former England man switches off, and Zaha is in like a flash to bullet that in the back of the net, and how big that may prove to be. We remind ourselves of Brighton's record when they've conceded the first goal this season. Not good.
He's had a topsy-turvy night, but that tells you everything you need to know about how big that moment is. Now Jedinak. They can work it, and Moritz down this right. They're in. Zaha's moving down the left. Jedinak. Moritz. Corner.
Well, if anything, it's Crystal Palace that have looked the most threatening on the counter-attack whenever they've turned the Brighton possession over. And of course, spoke about how desperate they would be to do it for that man right there.
Decent delivery from Moritz, and Wilbraham, what a chance!
Oh, free as a bird, isn't he? He really is. He just steps back away from his marker, no challenge. Not designed for that, were they?
Barnes, Hammond, Ulloa, Dikachoy. Wilbraham, Zaha, managed to keep it in. Here's Aaron Wilbraham, still Wilbraham.
Well, I said literally 2 minutes ago that it is Crystal Palace looking the more threatening on the counter-attack. They really are going oh so close to a second goal. It's wonderful football. Wilbraham gets the space.
And it's almost like this burden of not having come from behind to win a game is weighing heavy on the minds of these Brighton players. They cannot find a response. Dikachoy. Zaha! Oh, yes! Wilfried Zaha, single-handedly firing Palace to Wembley.
Well, we spoke about him at half-time. Peter Beagrie looked at him, and his contribution started off the game not so great, didn't he? But my word, hasn't he risen to the top, just like Cream? He has been the difference here, along with his goalkeeper, actually. But this is what he brings to the table. He's got no right to be able to do that. He's holding off a big, strong centre-half in Gordon Greer. Not only that, the touch is sublime. That just takes the sting out of it, and then he rifles it like a rocket into the roof of the net. That little touch there sets him up for the strike. And Thomas Kuziak has got absolutely no chance. And look at that. Believe? Underdogs? You better believe it. They could do it. And he knew it all along, didn't he?
Wilfried, wonder goal, Wembley.
I've been very impressed by Brighton.
That's it. Some said it was mission impossible, but Wilfried Zaha stepped up to take Crystal Palace to Wembley. The man with the £15 million price tag has given Crystal Palace a shot in the £120 million game at Wembley. To win a playoff semi-final is always sweet, but to win it in the backyard of your biggest rivals, well, that is priceless.
Well, congratulations to Crystal Palace and all connected with them. Came into this very much as the underdogs, but the pressure was on Brighton. The whole country probably expected Ian Holloway's team to be seen off here, but they were having none of it. They set their stall out, And Ian Holloway got his tactics absolutely spot on, and that young man there grew into the game. But they have to thank, not for the first time, Julian Speroni. Wonderful save, gave them the platform from which to go on, and nobody can deny they truly deserve this victory. They really do.
Apologies, by the way, if you did hear some inappropriate language coming through from the Crystal Palace celebrations. And look at Wilfried Zaha. What a satisfying sign-off this could be for him. So much spotlight, so much pressure on a 20-year-old throughout the course of the season. Expectation every week. And in the biggest game, look what he's managed to deliver on, particularly that second goal.
Oh, remarkable. That second goal epitomises what he's capable of, what he's all about. And he showed great desire for the first goal, but look, there's a man. May take him a little while to get there, but he's going to go and enjoy the celebrations at the Crystal Palace end with his teammates.
His season cruelly cut short, but his celebrations won't be, and his teammates will ensure that he is right at the centre of them. They've got 2 weeks to prepare to take on Gianfranco Zola's Cosmopolitan, winners at Wembley. What a final that promises to be if the league meetings this season is anything to go by.
Well, it's going to be fascinating, isn't it? Watford at home almost crushed Crystal Palace in the first half, 2-0 up, but Palace, talk about character, that is a team that come from behind, epitomising character, and that's why they've been able to dig deep and grind out a victory over the 2 legs.
And Don, what about Ian Holloway? He is the playoff specialist. We mentioned earlier on when he guided Blackpool to an unlikely win at Nottingham Forest. Last season he was able to take Blackpool back to Wembley. Okay, they were maybe even the better side on the day, but ended up empty-handed against West Ham. Now he's back there. What is it about him, this Midas touch in the playoffs?
Well, remarkable, isn't it? He thrives on it, doesn't he? Thrives on it, and he gets that siege mentality with his players within the dressing room. He does not allow them not to believe that they can pull anything off. And you're right, Blackpool probably were the better team in last year's Wembley showcase. That would have been a painful blow for him, but he's got an opportunity here to forget all about that and enjoy success with his new club.
Oh, Crystal Palace, who stumbled into the playoffs. They had the worst record of any side for 6 seasons coming into these end-of-season games, but it just shows it counts for nothing, or it counts for little. It's all about planning, it's all about personality, and in Ian Holloway, with his hand on the Crystal Palace tiller, they have plenty of that. He started off the season with Blackpool, and he will, by all probability, end it close to the Premier League, and certainly with a day out at Wembley yet again.